What is up, guys? At the making of this video, black masks are 1.75 mil. The last couple days, they've been pretty stable at around 1.75 to 1.8 mil. They hit an all-time high of 2 mil, I think last week when the new Slayer Master came out. But long story short, they are very expensive and cave horrors are very quick to kill, so there could be a lot of potential to make a lot of money here. It's always great when you see an old money-making method come back to life due to other updates. I mean, the cave horror update really had no direct influence on what came out with the Lowlands update, but the thing is, of course, the black mask is in relation to Slayer, so increase the price, and it's awesome to see things like this. So this is really old content. It's been around since the beginning of old school RuneScape, but let's spend a lot of time in here, farm a lot of black masks, and see how much money we can make. We reset our streak to 0, so we're going to keep track of exactly how many kills we have in total and how many kills per hour that we get. We are in pretty much sweaty neckbeard gear here. We have to use the Witchwood icon. Everything else is pretty good gear, though. It's not max by any means. Of course, you walk in my way when I'm talking here, covering my character. But it is very good gear. It's very close to max. We pretty much have the best weapon for this as well. I don't want to blowpipe it, although I think that would be faster. That would just cut into the profits way too much, I think. So this is pretty much the best melee weapon. And we also have a healing spec weapon, the Saragod sword. So hopefully our trips will last a lot longer. Less banking equals more profit. We got a cannon and everything. We are also going to keep track of all the expenses we use during the process. Now we're starting with around 3.2 mil. At the end, we're going to put everything back up that we have left over, and we're going to find the difference, and that's going to be the total amount of expenses that we have when killing these cave horrors. So this is the inventory that I decided to go with. I have a lot of super combats and some food. Now, I don't know if I'm actually going to need food because I have the SGS, but for a first trip, this is like a test run. But let's start the timer and start killing some cave horrors. This spot right here is definitely the best spot with the cannon. I just killed them all so fast. Ooh, a first alchable. And the thing is, there's like 5 that spawn around here, and the cannon can just shoot around, and you're not always directly attacking one. So a lot of times when you're walking to another cave horror, your cannon will be firing at another. The only annoying thing is that there are little bats that fly around here, but they are all over the cave, and you can never really get around that. Something really cool that I noticed I can do, so I decided to put on Preserve as well when I'm killing the cave horrors. The thing is, if you guys don't know what Preserve does, it keeps boosted stats lasting 50% longer, and the SGS, it not only heals you, but it also heals your prayer. So right now I'm 86 prayer, and I have 93 in total, and when I spec it for heals, it takes me back. Well, that time I hit really bad, of course, when I try to film it, but it recharges prayer as well, so I can keep on Preserve the entire time, and that's pretty cool. So arguably the second best drop that you can get here is a Snapdragon Seed. The only reason I say arguably is because I guess if you like to do clue scrolls, that would definitely be the second best drop, and that's 1 in 128. But the thing is, I am not here to do clue scrolls, so right now the second best drop for me is the Snapdragon Seed. It is 61k. They do actually drop it quite a bit, and it will definitely affect the price check at the end. Ooh, Jagex, don't be trolling me, man. That's a cool rare drop, but not the one I want. Okay, so I was wrong. Apparently, a Torstal Seed is the second best drop, and the Snapdragon Seed is the third best drop. 72k. I don't even know how rare this is, but it's got to be pretty rare. Okay, so I just looked at the drop table on the RS Wiki, and apparently a Torsal Seed is about 1 in 626, and a Black Mask is 1 in 512. So we're expecting more Black Masks than we are Torsal Seeds, but the numbers should be around the same. Depends how big my sample size is. I honestly don't know how many kills I plan on getting. Alright, it's official. I have beef with Jagex. I have a lot of beef with Jagex right now. So I'm keeping track of my kills as I'm going through, and we are 734 kills in, and there's no black mask in sight. I think I might have to break open my pen and write an angry letter to Jagex, because this is absurd. Well, it turns out when you complain enough, you get back-to-back rare drops, a longbone, and then a black mask. This is our first one coming in, 1.7 million coins. I should delete that angry letter to Jagex now, I'm sorry. Holy crap, guys. 20 kills later, we get our second black mask. That is 2. I'm sorry, I feel so bad for complaining now. This is a great example of why cave horrors can be so good. Cave horrors have almost no defensive stats, and they only have 55 HP, so you can afford to go on like 700 dry streaks because that's only about 2 hours of your time. If that happened with, say, Abyssal Demons and you went 700 kills without getting a whip, that's hours. That's probably 4 or 5 hours that you'd be killing Abyssal Demons, and you could really see the difference. All right, so we're really low on HP and we are out of food, no heals left with our specs. So this is inventory 1 complete. Looking at our timer, we are 2 hours and 25 minutes in. We have 2 black masks. I'm also picking up all the Renars and all the stackable expensive seeds. I don't know why that's there. Let's keep it steady. Torstal, Snapdragons, Teak Logs. I'm putting my nature runes in here. We have 399 so far. And yeah, everything's looking pretty good. A 4th longbone. What is going on? Honestly, this is so funny though. Hey Melissa, guess what?
What?
I just got a black mask drop from Cave Hars. What do you have to say about that?
I don't fucking know what that is.
It's a pretty good drop. All right, guys, we are going to head out of here. This is our second trip complete. We have a total of 4 hours and 13 minutes at the end of a second trip. We have 8 in total Snapdragons. This is with the first inventory combined. 95k cash, 1 black mask this trip for a total of 3, I believe, right? Yes, a total of 3. We have a total of 15 Renar weeds. And honestly, I lost track of longbones at this point. We have 3 this trip, though. Things are looking pretty good. I'm like 4 hours and 45 minutes in, and I completely lost track of all the long bones that I've gotten at this point. I don't think I'm going to mention long bones anymore because the joke just isn't funny anymore because I get them so often. Ooh, Snapdragon Seed. But yeah, I totally lost count. 500 kills into this trip, and there's no black mask in sight. So we're going to try the same method as the first trip we had, where we're going to ask nicely for a black mask, and maybe we'll get one. So please, Dragix, please make this a black... This is it. This is it. This is it. No, it's not it. Never mind. Also, and anyone who's curious, I'm getting around 54k attack experience, 18k hit points experience, and 20k range experience with the cannon. Oh snap, I'm about to die. We're an hour and 45 minutes into this trip. This trip is also 632 kills. We're going to empty this cannon so I don't get any black masks while I am banking, because that would make me really depressed because I'd see it pop up on the bottom. But we are about 6 hours in total. No black masks this trip, unfortunately, but we're still going to go back and still going to continue to grind. Boys, we just got ourselves a black mask. I'm hyped. Well over 1,000 kills dropped. Super satisfied.
Throw that bad boy up in the price checker, dude.
I don't have to. I don't have to, dude. I see it on the bottom. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this trip. Let's get out of here. Of course, my last kill was a longbone drop. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm not going to record any more of them. And then, of course, the last kill of the trip, it's a longbone. But we are at 7.5 hours now, and we did get a black mask that trip. We are not far in this trip at all. You can probably tell by the amount of pots I have in my inventory, but there is another cheeky little mask. So I just decided right now that this is going to be a 10-hour video. I mean, I know you guys probably know that because I'm probably going to put it in the title, but yeah, I'm just deciding now to make it a 10-hour loot video. No freaking way. This has to be about 10 kills later. No joke. Holy crap. That's amazing. 9 hours in, 1 hour to go. It is now the final countdown with 1 hour left. We have 6 black masks in total. Can we get a 7th? I'm feeling pretty optimistic, guys. I don't know about you. I thought I was recording that last little segment there when I tellied out to end the trip like I did for all my other trips, but the most important one, apparently, I didn't click the button. But I didn't really say much. You guys didn't miss much, I promise. I think I was complaining about not getting a 3rd black mask. But we did get 2 this trip, which is pretty solid. So let's collect all of our loot together, put it in the inventory, add up our kills, and give you guys some statistics, because that's what you came here to watch the video for. These are all the supplies that we have left over. I'm not going to bore you guys with math here, but roughly we started with around 3.2 million worth of supplies, and we now have around 1.5 million worth of supplies. I did the exact math, and that comes out to 1,707,276 GP worth of supplies used. I just want to say real quick before I give my final price check that you probably should get a seed box and a herb sack to increase your profit per hour. I don't have those things, which is why I only picked up Snapdragons, Torstals, and Snapegrass seeds, which are actually pretty expensive. But without further ado, let's throw everything in the price checker and see how much money we made in 10 hours of Cave Hars. 13.4 mil in total loot is what we got. Now, if we take a look at the exact math here, we are left with 11,665,834 coins. So that is our exact profit, which leaves us at about 1.16 million GP per hour killing cave horrors. We logged all the kills we had and all the time we had killing them, and in 10 hours we had 3,651 kills, which means in 1 hour you can expect to get around 365 kills. Now guys, I know I'm maxed, I use a cannon, I have pretty good gear, but I promise you when I say this, I did not go all out. I was watching YouTube videos, I was listening to music. One of my black mask drops, I was on the phone. That just goes to show you that you really don't have to try that hard to get a high amount of kills. Now a lot of you guys might be saying, well, hey Rarg, is 1.1 mil an accurate estimate? Did you get lucky, unlucky with black masks? Well, let's take a look to break this down a little more. I have 3,651 kills. If we divide that by 6, that means I average 1 black mask every 608 kills. Now, if we do that same equation, but with the actual drop rate, so if we take 3,651 divided by the drop rate of 512, that should come out to 7.13. So technically, I should have gotten 7.13 black masks. Obviously, that's impossible. That's just the number calculated with the numbers Jagex provided to us. But the truth is, guys, you should never ever expect to hit exactly the drop rate unless you have hundreds of thousands of kills to your name. In that case, the number should be pretty darn close. So since we're below the drop rate, I'm going to say yes, 1.1 mil is fairly accurate. But that is going to wrap up this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a comment, subscribe. I hope to see you in the next one, guys. Take it easy.